Look what he did. He went and made a play, and that's what Richard's looking for. That's what Hugh Culverhouse is looking for, is for Vinny to just make some plays. That was a great play.
So it's a first down. They're in Indianapolis territory with 2:25 remaining. Could it be Richard Williamson's last game as head coach of the Bucs here today? Only 2 wins this year. A great pocket, and he throws long. Incomplete at the 5-yard line, and then it just tipped and kept in the air, and Mike Pryor has it. And brings it out to the 15-yard line. Eugene Daniel tipped it, and Pryor, an ex-Buccaneer, gets the interception.
You know, what do you say about this? You see this every Sunday in the National Football League. A quarterback says, I've got an athlete, you've got one, I'm going to throw it up and see who gets it. He gets a bad bounce. That's what's been happening to Vinny. We'll be back. Vinny simply continues. This is interception number 3. All 3 were tipped or bounced. This time he's got good protection. He's able to step and deliver. It's a little bit short, a little bit high to the inside, but you know, how unlucky is this guy? That happens every Sunday. Sometimes your athlete comes up with the ball. Sometimes it bounces back to your athlete, but it never happens that way for Vinny. You know, we talked to him. He said that if they make another drastic change, maybe another head coaching change, he wouldn't be bashful about asking to get out of here. Maybe he needs some new scenery and a new kind of luck.
2 minutes to go in the half. Indianapolis has the ball at the 15-yard line. George is in trouble. Broderick Thomas hit him, and they're going to rule this ball down. Even though the Bucs recover, they're going to say that his arm was in the throwing motion. Solomon is the man that batted the ball, but it will be Indianapolis ball. They rule that it's an incompleted pass as Broderick Thomas is the man that hits George.
Now take a look at Broderick on the right side. He forces, look at this. He makes the pocket collapse completely. You know, he told us he was going to be all over the place. He's trying to set some Buccaneer records. Buccaneers lobbying for a touchdown in the end zone, but nobody's buying it. It was a forward pass, and Broderick is doing everything he said he would do.
Now they're going to take a look at the play again, but from what I just saw here on our replay, all right, they are going to review it. I saw his arm moving forward. That's what Bill Brooks is saying to the referee, Bernie Cooper.
Well, let's take a closer look. You see it collapsing? Was he stepping forward? Tell you what, that's close. I think that's too close to change things. This is a better look.
I think it was going forward.
See, there's a, you know, you can say that he was right in the middle of the change of direction. You know, like for golf, he'd be at the very top of the backswing, about to change directions there. So I don't know. It's too close to change. You know, they say indisputable, and I don't believe that there's without, you know, argument there.
Rick Venturi, head coach of the Colts. He has only been able to deliver 1 win since taking over for Ron Meyer. All right, here it is again, Beasley. Broderick Thomas throws Vanderpool right past George.
See, it's almost like he's at the top of the backswing.
I see what you mean now.
You see my point?
Yeah, I do.
When he makes the swat. So, I mean, it could be reversed. I wouldn't be surprised, but normally when it's that close of a call, they will not reverse.
Have you ever thought of going into a legal career?
Well, you know,
very, very persuasive. Venturi is saying, come on, forget it. Let's go. Bring him up to the line of scrimmage, but they're taking an extra look at this one. There's Richard Williamson. All right, here's the call.
We do have a reversal, however.
Wait, he's saying however.
However, the whistle blew. Consequently, it goes back to the offensive team at the spot of the whistle, this way.
So at the spot of the fumble, and once again, controversy rules when it comes to this replay system. Normally, when it's this close, they won't make the change. Now, I have no problem with the change because you can clearly see there that it's at the top and not exactly going forward.
At the 10-yard line, second down. It should be Bucs ball. This is Ken Clark out of the backfield. Catches out to the 20. And a good safe play by Jeff George. Tony Covington, the rookie safety, makes the tackle. Again, what happened is there was a reversal, but a whistle blew.
Right.
So the play was dead. 1:35 remaining, a timeout on the field. And let's take a look at the 10-minute ticker right now. The starter 10-minute ticker shows us in that big game in Miami, the Jets still leading on that Brad Baxter touchdown. Frank Reich has thrown a touchdown pass. He's playing quarterback for the Bills to Andre Reed, 7-0. A wild game in Dallas. The Cowboys leading. Matt Stover has kicked a field goal for Cleveland to tie that game up in Pittsburgh. And the Patriots and Bengals are even at 7-7. Coming up at halftime, the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report, which will include a Derek Thomas feature with a holiday feeling as Derek works with kids. He does a great program in Kansas City. When we were out there earlier this season, he reads to kids on Saturdays. As a matter of fact, he couldn't talk to us, remember, too long. He said, I got to get down to the library and read to the kids.
That is so important, the work that a lot of NFL players do, but especially when it comes to going to the school, sitting with the kids and talking to them about the importance of reading and education. He's one of the great guys in the NFL.
3rd down and 5 for the Colts. And the Bucks with an all-out blitz. Solomon was coming. He got hit as he threw, did George, but he got the ball away. Keith McCants hit George just as he threw the ball, and the Bucks defense gets a roar.
Keith McCants is bathing in the beauty of the play. He was a #1 choice at linebacker, moved to defensive end. And you see why. He's got the speed, he's got the size, and look at that dance. That's a new one. That's a brand new one there. I don't know what you call that.
I remember the last punt was blocked that Stark tried to get off. Jesse Anderson got it, and Stark got this one away. Drury, a fair catch called for at the 42-yard line, and that's where the Bucks get it with 1:21 remaining here in the first half. 37-yard punt by Stark, who had to get it out of there in a hurry because Tampa Bay had some pretty good heat. Now, Vinny Testaverde reports back to the Bucks offensive huddle. The numbers are horrible. They really are. His year has been bad. It was really a shame to sit and talk to him yesterday because this guy was once one of the hot prospects, a Heisman Trophy winner out of Miami. And maybe you're right, Beasley. Maybe the best thing would be for him to get a change of scenery. He seems a bit burned out on Tampa Bay's Buccaneers. And he'll throw this one into the Colts bench. Listen to this. This is going to be grounding, too. Intentional grounding. Sam Clancy was right in his face, and Testaverde just got it out of there.
We have intentional grounding on number 14. Lost it down at the spot.
This is as bad a first half as I have seen a quarterback have this year.
Yeah, he's really struggling. He is really, you know, you can throw it out of bounds when you don't have something, when you're not in immediate. He is in imminent danger and just slings it. Look at the left side of the field. There's nobody over there whatsoever, and that's the reason for the call. This is, you know, it's tough to watch Vinny go through this. It's tough to watch anybody go through this when you realize the pressure. I mean, the media in this town they're throwing bombs at this guy and bombs at this organization.
I think what they are discussing with the replay booth right now is where the spot of the ball is at the 22-yard line. As they explained to Richard Williamson on the sideline. You know, I'm wondering, Beasley, do you pull him at the end of the first half? And the him I'm referring to is Testaverde. They went with Carlson last week when Testaverde had a bad back. Gary Anderson makes the catch at the 31 and gets out of bounds to get another yard to the 32.
It looks like they will walk it up.
And it will be third down and 20 to go. And the ball is at the 32-yard line with 1:09 remaining in the first half. The only points in the game, a 39-yard field goal by Dean Biasucci. And Richard Williamson is not having a good day on the Tampa Bay sidelines if you're trying to hold on to your job. Testaverde steps up and completes it to Drury. First down, Bucks at the 45 on 3rd and 20. And the Bucks call a timeout.
For all the negative things that Vinny, that's happened to Vinny today, he has made some plays. I mean, when you talk about making a 3rd and 20, man, that's amazing. He moves around, finds the guy, and sticks it right between the numbers. I mean, that's the Vinny everybody's looking for. Unfortunately, the rap has been inconsistent.
All right. This is doubleheader day, Beasley.
Yes.
NBC, Kansas City, and the LA Raiders are getting set out in the Coliseum. That's coming up next. The bigness of that ball game is this. The winner of that game will end up with home field in the wild card playoff game in the AFC playoffs next week, and they'll play each other again next week, Kansas City and the Raiders. So the winner gets a home game. Now in Miami, Dan Marino has just thrown to Mark Clayton right at the end of the first half, 18 yards for a touchdown, and the Jets and Dolphins are tied 7-7 at Joe Robbie Stadium. All the scores and highlights coming up with Bob at halftime, and the pass is complete. And Dawsey fights for a first down, but he doesn't get out of bounds. The clock keeps rolling.
But that's why they love him, Jim. I mean, he caught the ball, lost the first down by running away, and still fought his way to the line. That's all he talk about, his play after the catch.
All right, that's a good play by Testaverde to just get up there and throw the ball down.
Let's take a look at Dawsey. This guy is something else. He's a young man coming in here and making some plays. Leads the rookies in reception. Now, he loses the first down, but fights. His determination is amazing, and he's done it all year long.
You know what? I think he was out of bounds. I think he should have been ruled out of bounds on that play. 36 seconds to go in the half. It is second down. The Bucks trail 3-0. A blitz from the outside, but they pick it up. A late flag comes in at the 21-yard line as they were really working over Lawrence Dawsey.
Now, you know what might have happened here? Because of the pump fakes, the defensive players were breaking because they thought the ball was actually coming.
You're right.
Wow, so they break on the big pump. Now, you got a big, tall quarterback. He's slinging that arm. He's got the big hands. He's able to hold on to the ball.
We have illegal contact, number 38 on the defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
That completely threw the defenders off balance. Now, that's a good blitz read by a rookie receiver. You saw the guy covering him took off, and Mike Pryor waited as long as he could. But he said, looking at those pumps, at some point you have to break on the man.
The penalty was on Eugene Daniel. First down. Testaverde across the middle. He's got Carrier. Touchdown!
Take a read on Mark Carrier. He's playing a zone, finds a soft spot, settles down. Vinny is right on the money. And then the open field play, determination, dragging people in. How about that for a touchdown? 29 yards, Mark Carrier.
His second touchdown reception of the season. The Bucks are going to be flagged for that group dance that they did in the end zone. Steve Christie to attempt the extra point. And with 21 seconds remaining here in the first half, Tampa Bay takes the lead on this shot from Testaverde to Carrier.
And, you have to remember, the bad things that have happened to Vinny, bounces, interceptions that are deflected and bouncing, he's made 3 or 4 major league plays today. And that's one of them.
I think this day is really symbolic of his season. I mean, he has had these people up out of their seats cheering for him, and yet the next play he's had them booing him because he has made some bad throws. But he was right there to Carrier, and it's 7-3 Tampa Bay. Actually, go back about 3 plays. He made about 3 or 4 good throws in a row to Dawsey and Carrier along that drive. So the numbers improved, now up to 126 yards passing. A touchdown pass on the day. And on the season, Testaverde now has 8 TD passes. And Richard Williamson has his first lead of the day with 21 seconds remaining. And you know, what we're forgetting, I think, here is that the Indianapolis offense has really gone stale itself.
And you have to question the reason that it's gone stale. I mean, they came out pushing the bubble right in the middle of the teeth of that defense and gaining some yardage. They totally abandoned that, went to the pass, and they haven't had any success.
Sammy Martin from the 5-yard line for the Colts. And he's got a hole and carries out short of the 40. Al Chambly is in on the tackle. 34-yard return with 12 seconds left. Now, Jeff George has a great arm, so watch out. Here's the starter 10-minute ticker. We told you about the tie ball game right at the end of the half. What a ball game that must be in Miami. The Clayton touchdown catch from Marino. At halftime, Buffalo leading 7-0. Tied in Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati's moved ahead of the Patriots 14-7. And Tampa Bay has moved ahead here 7-3 on a touchdown pass from Vinny Testaverde to Mark Carrier of 29 yards. Tim Manoa. Great run by Manoa, brings it down to the 44-yard line with only 4 seconds to go in the half, and Indianapolis will call a timeout. They got a chance to throw into the end zone.
They can get a good shot at the end zone. They've got the man to sling it down there, and they've got a good receiving core.
The Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report coming up. There's the gang right there, Bob, Bill, and OJ. Glad to see that Bill is doing well, and we wish Will McDonough a speedy recovery. We understand that he's under the weather. They'll have all the scores and highlights and the playoff implications.
And, you know, you're talking about speedy recovery. Bob Irsay, father of Jim, the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, is battling the flu. We all wish him a healthy recovery. You know, he's missing only his 2nd game. He flies to all the games. His 2nd game in 20 years.
Well, I think we're going to see an old-fashioned bomb right here, and Jeff George does it well at the 43-yard line. They'll just flood into the end zone and see if they can deflect the ball to a guy in a blue jersey. He's got plenty of room to do it. Oh, he's going to run the ball. Now, what did that accomplish? Unless he's got an incentive in his contract for some rushing yardage, I have no idea what that accomplished.
He wanted to show us he could run.
And that's what Rick Ventura is saying. Throw the ball. 7-3 at the end of the first half. Let's go to New York right now. The Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report.